Hey, I saw that you watched my webinar on how I built a profitable podcast that allows me to spread my message and lands me high-ticket dream clients. And maybe you're interested in launching a podcast or growing your podcast, and you're a coach, you're a consultant, entrepreneur, and expert, and you want to build a podcast to attract your dream clients and to basically have a marketing channel for you and your products and services. But you're kind of not sure if you want to go with the podcasting route or maybe the YouTube route. And I'm here to tell you today in this video why I believe podcasting is the best area of focus for any expert, any entrepreneur, any coach or consultant out there. Now, we all want to start a podcast and a YouTube channel, right? We would love to have both. And the truth of the matter is that you cannot just take a video podcast and dump it on YouTube that's half hour to an hour long and expect to get results, because specifically because of the way the YouTube algorithm works. By just dumping content on the YouTube channel, it's just not native. It's not meant for that platform, right? You look at YouTube videos that are successful, they're like 10 minutes long, they're super fast paced, they're not kind of in-depth long conversations. Those aren't as successful as the type of content that goes on YouTube. So the point is, YouTube content is very specific, and it's different than a typical podcast that you have out there. And if you are to just kind of dump your video podcast on YouTube, it actually has a chance to hurt your channel in a way that's not going to be recoverable, right? Because again of the algorithm, the way it works, and the way that it can penalize the kind of content that's created. So you really should just focus on either podcast content or YouTube content alone, one or the other. And the reason why I believe podcast is the right choice for coaches, consultants, experts, and entrepreneurs is for two reasons, two very key reasons. The first reason is audience retention. If you really feel like you need a lot of time with your prospects, with your leads, in order to convert them into a lead, there's no better way to do that with a podcast, because the people that listen to podcasts are going to be locked in and listening to you and only you for, again, 30 minutes to an hour, depending on how long your podcast is, and locked in listening to only you. When it comes to YouTube, the average retention time is 5 minutes or less, right? How much can you really build this kind of relationship with a potential lead in just 5 minutes, right? So the amount of time that you can spend with your prospects, your leads, is multiple times greater with a podcast than it is with a YouTube channel. So the question is, do you feel like you can make that connection with this kind of shallow time that is really there for YouTube, that a lot of people go to YouTube just kind of for entertainment, right? When it comes to podcasting, they're here to invest in themselves and learn more about themselves and learn more about what you have to say and go deep with you, right? So that's why I believe podcasting is a better medium for people that are coaches, consultants, entrepreneurs, and experts that want to build an audience of potential leads. And the second reason is that there's right now a great opportunity when it comes to the consumption patterns. What I mean by that is that there's a lot of time throughout a day where there's just no other channel, no other way to consume content, right? When people are driving, they're commuting, they're walking their dog, they're working out at the gym, they're going on a walk, they're doing their chores, where YouTube videos just aren't as available, aren't as friendly for you to watch, right? What you want to do, what you want to be able to do when you're doing those activities is to listen to something. So there's lots of times, hours in a day, really, for a lot of people, a lot of your prospects to consume content, and there's not that many content creators that are creating content for these times, these blocks of times that you can really only consume audio, right? So there's a chance right now for you to be locked in with someone, a prospect, a lead, for hours throughout their day, throughout their week, that just is not available through any other channel, through social media, through blogs, through YouTube channels, YouTube videos. It's just not going to be available. So there's a lot of opportunity to get their attention right now, and not a lot of people are creating content, compared to YouTube. Not a lot of people are creating content to take advantage of that opportunity to connect for long periods of time with your prospects. So those are the two reasons why I believe podcasting is the right choice for anyone that is looking to build an audience of leads. Now listen, if you want more help with with launching a podcast, growing your podcast, then I invite you to book a call with me. It's a 45-minute, no cost, absolutely no obligation to buy anything podcast strategy call. On that call, we'll basically learn to see if we're going to be a good fit for each other. And if you're interested in working with me, I'll tell you more about how all that works on the call itself, answer any questions that you have. And if you'd love to move forward, then again, we'll talk more about that on the call. But it all starts off with a podcast strategy call. If you want to book your no cost, your no obligation podcast strategy call, all you got to do is click the link or the button on this post and book your time to talk with me, and I'll talk to you soon.